getting close to our final days and we need to stop it before we get any worse.
Break my cycle, and they can't break theirs.
Grandma, hey, how are you?
The day that I wake up, I lose more mobility. I get tired faster. Everything is limited now.
Saved part of their lives, and they told me if I stopped drinking, they'd stop with the food. But I can't break my cycle, and they can't break theirs.
Hang on tight. We're joining Serita in a place where cooking rules and her big hunger is in charge. But can she beat her snack attacks, or is she secretly hoping for a magical solution? Time will tell if she's got a trick up her sleeve.
Serita clearly knows that she has a problem with her overeating, and it has reached a dangerous point. The question is whether or not she's willing to do all she needs to change that, or she's looking for a quick fix and a magical solution to fix it for her.
Now, Serita's nights are less about counting sheep and more about staring at the ceiling, fretting over the big snooze from which she fears she might not wake up. Why? Her weight's got her on the edge. Doctor after doctor has waved red flags, but the scale, that cold-hearted truth-teller, just doesn't lie. Every morning feels rough with lots of groaning and feeling sore. Ouch!
I don't sleep well at night at all. I'm a night owl. I'm up constantly all night. I'm scared to sleep, if I could be honest about it.
But hey, it's not all doom and gloom in her world. Lawrence, her partner in life in culinary crimes, and their young'un make the daily grind bearable. Their home is neat and organized like their own little piece of paradise. But let's be honest, every good thing has its downside, and for Serita, that downside is trouble during meals.
I be in pain. I be in pain a lot. Wait a minute. I live with the love of my life, my husband Lawrence, and my stepson. I'm thankful for my current living situation because not everybody got a roof over their head.
Now, Lawrence, he's a saint with a side of enabler. The man had his dance with the scales too, but Serita, she's in a league of her own. Living through her eyes, he's gotten a front row seat to the struggle buffet. And when stress rears its ugly head, Serita's response is to feast. Lawrence, bless his heart, is caught between a rock and a hard place, to feed or not to feed.
Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches with some pizza rolls.
Okay.
You can go grab that and I get the stuff set up here.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Well.
Houston, we have a plan! Serita rolled into town, aiming for a Hail Mary to shed those pounds. With her 31st year knocking and the scale screaming SOS, she's in Dr. Now's office, spilling her guts. Diets, fasting, you name it, she's done it. But it's the after-eating guilt trip that's the real kicker.
Weight off came for surgery. Trying to get that extra push support that I need to help with losing the weight.
You're just over 600, huh?
Yes.
Put your BMI over 100, which is very dangerous. So what you have done so far to get your weight down?
I've tried dieting, intermittent fasting, and lower carb options.
So the doctor lays it out straight. No magic pill here, just good old sweat and discipline. But who's that lurking in the shadows? Enabler alert! Lawrence, tagged as the chief of Cheer and Cheerios, is caught in the spotlight. But really, can you blame him? Peace over war, right?
People that don't know how to tell me
So
that.
who's your enabler?
Well, my husband is one of my biggest enablers.
So he doesn't want to argue with you to
That's
let
exactly.
you eat? Or, that's not being an enabler. That's
It's an enabler.
You bullying him to feed you, and you call that the enabler.
I do not bully him.
Fast forward a couple of weeks and it's diet overhaul time with a sprinkle of exercise for good measure. Volleyball, walks, anything to dodge those judgmental stares at the park. But progress is a tough cookie with only a few stubborn pounds bidding farewell.
Now, today, we're gonna add some exercise into the mix. That was good. Here you go, grab my blanket and the volleyball.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
My goal is to make the workouts fun. So I like playing games with Lawrence or just having a good time going for a walk.
Back at Dr. Now's, and the scales barely budged. Now, it's time for tough love. It's not about the miles clocked, but the calories dodged. Serita's realization, her culinary choices need a major reboot.
Expected that you're gonna lose at least 60 pounds, but in return, you have only lost 12 pounds, which is a 6 pound a month, which is not very much.
I was doing good and eating more healthier than I was. I did good. It's just the consistency that I think that I struggle with.
Serita, spill the beans about yourself. I'm 31, a Peoria native, and I've got some roots near Chicago. But let me tell you, growing up in foster care was no picnic. It was like a horror movie with all the terrible stuff you can imagine. Abuse of every kind, you name it. And guess what? No one ever had my back. Enter Dr. Paradise, stage left. It's a deep dive time into the heartache and hurdles of Serita's past. Foster care nightmares, a mother's old love, and a lifetime of self-defense. Time to let down those guards and pen some truths, starting with a heart-to-heart on paper with her late mom.
Yeah.
What kind of abuse?
Sexual, physical, mental.
All of it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your mom. What do you think your mom's attitude towards you was?
Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like she hated me. My mom treated me like I was a bitch off the streets. Like...
Prescription of the day. Food journaling, courtesy of Dr. Paradise. Every bite, every nibble under the microscope. And guess what? It's working! Awareness is the first step to transformation, and Serita's taking it one shrimp at a time.
Back of what you've been eating really accurately so that when Dr. Now asks you, you can tell him, right? Second homework, if we were doing a trauma journal, what might make it in that journal? What would you be writing?
I want to write a letter to my mom.
But the real deal? That letter to her mom. A mix of love, pain, and decades of unanswered whys poured out on paper. A therapeutic release, aiming to shed more than just physical weight. So there you have it, everyone. Serita's journey, a mix of battles and breakthroughs, and a ray of hope. Here's to turning over a new leaf, 1 calorie, 1 confession at a time.
I'm writing this letter to her because I feel like it plays a big part in my stress and why I eat a lot and why I eat so much. So it plays a big role in that, and I feel like it's gonna help me let it go.
All right, listen up for the latest update after surgery and what's going on for the Perryo family. They're back home post-op, and guess what? It's liquid diet time. But don't worry, we're spicing things up with tasty treats like yogurt, eggs, and soups. For all the details on their new diet plan, check out the booklet we provided.
So you recover from surgery very well, and you can go home and do your exercises and be a walk around.
Rashonda, tipping the scales at a hefty 783. Her sister Brandy not far behind. And their big bro Clarence rounding out this heavyweight trio. Their journey's been a roller coaster, hitting roadblocks with docs who couldn't handle their size. But hope's not lost. They're setting their sights on Houston despite the whispers of doubt.
My name is Brandy Perryo. My weight is about between 600 and 650.
My name is Clarence Perryo. I'm the oldest brother of Brandy and Rashonda. I'm not quite as big as them, but I'm big, you know.
We've been to doctors over the years.
Their quest is more than just shedding pounds. It's a fight against the clock, battling against an era where obesity's cutting lives short. Dr. Now's their gladiator in this arena, armed with a plan to carve a path through their super morbid obesity. Yet, as they inch closer to their goal, the reality of their situation sets in, with every pound a step closer to or further from their last chance at a turnaround.
For the first time in human history, life expectancy is decreasing. And the major contributing factor to that is obesity.
Now that we're here, I'm getting a little scared because this is our last chance.
Altogether as a family, you all weigh over a ton.
Houston becomes their battleground, each way in a clash of wills with victories and setbacks painting their journey. Brandy's making strides, earning her ticket to surgery while Rashonda faces the harsh truth of her setbacks. Clarence, the dark horse, surprises all by qualifying for his own surgical showdown.
I'm approving you today for weight loss surgery. But Rashonda, you gained half of the weight you lost.
As they navigate the post-op world, the real challenge begins. The surgery's just the first step in a marathon of change. Their lives hang in the balance, with every choice a step toward redemption or relapse. Therapy sessions become their new battleground, uncovering the emotional minds that led them here.
Okay, Brandy, we are discharging you today. Hopefully, Brandy not eating much will influence Rashonda to eat less right now.
I should be down to at least 434 today.
I'm glad Brandy is staying on track, but I'm very concerned about Rashonda.
The Perryo siblings are strong together, but they all have their own problems and hopes. As they deal with their past hurts, they start to see what they need to do next. It's not just about getting thinner, it's about making their lives better. Clarence, Rashonda, and Brandy each have their own challenges to overcome. They've had some wins, but they still have a long way to go on their journey.
Family, and that means we need Clarence to do it with us.
It was about 4 months ago that I had my last appointment, and I was down to 491 then.
So if I stayed on track today, I should be under 390.
Under 600.
Brandy.
The family faces new challenges, grappling with old habits and uncovering cracks through therapy. Clarence doubts, Brandy is determined, and Rashonda battles depression, painting a complex picture of a family at a crossroads.
And that anything could happen. But I'm not letting that shake me, because I know without this, I don't have much of a chance to be around for my future. So I'm having faith this would be a new start that I needed. And I have a goal to be in the 400s by then, to show off how much I'm changing to everyone.
But wait, in the midst of all this chaos, there are sparks of hope shining through. Celebrations of life, fresh chances, and the unbreakable bond of family are what keep them grounded. Sure, they might hit a few bumps along the way, but they refuse to stay down. Every step forward showing their unbeatable resilience.
I'm proud of all of us for how much we worked to get to where we're at.
Buckle up for the final chapter of the Perryo's epic saga as they kick off their fresh start. Sure, the memories of past struggles weigh them down, but the future? It's all about hope. Their journey's a roller coaster of wins and hurdles, proving that the path to improvement ain't always smooth sailing.
Because I think we're all getting to a place where we're starting to see the road ahead in different ways now. Which is sad for me in some sense, because I want for all of us to keep doing this together.
The Perryo's journey? It's not just about dropping pounds, it's a full-on transformation. A family rising from the ashes of their struggles. As they dive into the unknown, their legacy isn't about the weight they've lost, but the lives they've snatched back. Together, they're charging into a future, leaving the past behind and ready to tackle whatever life throws at them.
When I wake up in the morning, I can't wait to eat. So I usually start off my day with a snack. And then I just wait for Clarence to come get me so we can go get more food.
The focus shifts to Chris and what lies ahead for him. With his mom re-entering his life, there's uncertainty about whether she'll support his journey to recovery or complicate things further. Both claim they're committed to doing whatever it takes for Chris to improve his health.
This is all gonna be up to Chris. And the question is, with his mom coming back in his life, if she's gonna be the support he needs, or she's gonna end up enabling him. Hopefully, both of them are serious about what they are saying, and they are ready to do what it takes to save.
In the next part, we see Chris tackling his daily hurdles. Getting out of bed is tough due to his exhaustion and decreasing mobility. To stand up, he uses momentum. Cooking breakfast is painful because of his difficulty standing, so he sits on a cooler in the kitchen. Chris admits he eats big meals to cope emotionally, not out of hunger.
It's harder to get out of bed. My body's constantly getting more exhausted. Every day that I wake up, I lose more mobility, I get tired faster, and every day it gets worse, and eventually I'm not gonna be able to get up out of bed.
Chris's story goes back to his childhood in Las Vegas, where food wasn't always plenty, so he learned to eat a lot whenever there was food, fearing he might not get enough later. This habit stuck with him, making him gain weight from an early age.
Struggled financially, so I was never really sure when my next meal would be coming. And then when we did eat,
You ate as much as you could because you got me, my brother Tommy, and my sister Crystal. If it was Taco Tuesday and Mom happened to bring home a big bag of tacos, if you didn't eat as much as you could eat, they weren't there when you went back later.
In the next part, Chris shares his dreams and talks about his relationship with his daughter, who lives nearby. He spends weekends with her but feels trapped by his size and loneliness. Chris admits to spending his days playing video games and eating out of boredom.
With your daughter?
oh, it's great. She's probably one of the big reasons it's kind of set in for me that I need to change a lot of this. I mean, I've been heavy in the past, but we've still been able to do things, you know, up until the last 3 years.
How often you see her?
Every weekend.
Every weekend? Okay.
After meeting with Dr. Now, Chris is determined to turn things around. He finds motivation in small wins, like taking out the trash by himself. With his mom and brother planning to move in to help, Chris starts staying active by switching from sitting games to VR games that keep him moving.
Coming back took us 12 hours because of traffic and the weather. So it was a hard trip on me, but worth it because of the help I got from Dr. Now to start to turn my life around.
I couldn't take the trash out before when I would go out to walk. It sounds funny, but taking the trash out feels pretty good. Not having to have somebody else take your trash out for you it's pretty nice.
Chris experiences a significant shift. He manages to lose a substantial amount of weight through fasting and sticking to a strict diet, even encouraging his daughter to adopt healthier eating habits. Despite his progress, he decides to forego his planned weight loss surgery, believing he can continue to lose weight independently.
All right, Chris, you're down to 566 and you lost 54 pounds, huh?
Yep. I've been sticking to, I won't eat over 1,200 calories a day, but I do mainly all protein, but I've been fasting. I ate for 5 days, and then I fast for 5 days.
Chris and his family adapt well to their new life in Houston, backing each other in their weight loss efforts. Chris sets new goals, focusing on health and career aspirations, while pondering the reasons for his delayed transformation.
So the next step will be, I want you to move down to Houston.
Okay.
The drive you had to make is still a little bit long to keep making that trip. I'll give you a couple of months to lose another 30 pounds. And if you do both of those things, we will move ahead with surgery and get you down to your ideal body weight, hopefully in a year or less.
Yes, 200 pounds,
Chris and his family keep losing weight together after moving to Houston, a risky but beneficial decision for their health. Despite Dr. Now's warning about the challenges of maintaining weight loss without surgery, he agrees to support Chris as long as he continues making progress.
We're taking walks together every other day and getting out in the world and being active. And the thought of having to stop all of this for a month or so to have surgery just feels like it's not the right move for me right now.
Chris and his family's journey isn't just about shedding pounds, it's about embracing a fresh lifestyle, overcoming loneliness, and rekindling joy in everyday activities like taking a walk. Their story embodies hope, resilience, and the invaluable support of loved ones.
I went over the book, I started applying these techniques, I started applying the eating habits, the exercise, and I continued with that day after day after day. And then we moved out here, and
I was ready for surgery, but then I realized I was doing this and it's getting easier.
And I'm like, well, I'm losing this weight. I've overcome a lot, and I didn't relapse where I've always relapsed in the past.
In a world that feels like it's from an epic tale, Brandy and Candy face a crucial moment. United by blood and their struggles with weight, they've journeyed side by side, each step a reflection of their shared victories and setbacks. But now, they're at a crossroads, each going their separate ways, which puts their sisterhood to the ultimate test.
But Brandy and Candy are at the crossroad right now. They've done just about everything together, and most time even lost the same amount of weight together. And Candy will have to decide if she's determined enough to keep moving ahead on her own now. So both of them have...
At the start of their story, we see how closely connected their lives are. Their home used to be a safe place, but now it feels like they're trapped because of their weight. Every second is hard, and they worry about what's ahead because they're not sure what will happen.
Life. We're getting so big, we can barely take care of each other. Everything's a burden. Makes me hate myself. I don't want to have to rely on anybody else, but I have to.
Their mom is like a shining light in their tough world. She helps them with both their feelings and their money. Her love encourages them to fight against their hidden enemy, obesity, and they start to see a bit of hope in Dr. Now's advice. But they're scared because making this change means going into unknown places and leaving behind what they know.
And try to take our life back.
I can tell that the girls are very stressed, and I'm concerned because any sort of additional stress will send them right back to relying on food for the comfort.
As the twins face their situation, their challenges with Dr. Now show how tough their condition is. The path to getting better is full of big obstacles and tough choices. Brandy sees some progress, hinting at the potential of surgery, while Candy is at a turning point, on the edge of her own success.
Both of you, you're over half a ton. Your weight is out of control. Candy and Brandy hide and go to food together. Breaking a dynamic like this is hard. But as twins, this is going to be much harder to address.
Their story intertwines moments of self-reflection and bursts of resolve, showcasing their battle against both physical and mental barriers. United yet also apart, they push forward, embarking on a journey toward healing and personal growth.
Over the past month, my sister and I have done everything that the doctor has asked of us. I just really hope that we've lost enough weight.
This is good. You show me you understand the importance of sticking to the diet. Brandy, I'm going to approve you for weight loss surgery. And Candy, you can get there too.
In the shadows of their triumphs, personal battles rage. Brandy's unexpected twist of fate, a pregnancy that halts her progress, leaving Candy to forge ahead alone. Their shared dream, momentarily divided, becomes a test of wills, a measure of the strength of their bond.
There's a change of plans. I'm not going to be able to have my surgery.
All right.
I'm pregnant.
You think you're pregnant, or are you sure you're pregnant?
I am.
Yeah, that's good reason not to have surgery.
As they prepare to return to their roots, the uncertainty of separation looms large. Yet, the promise of continuing their struggle for health for a life reclaimed remains undimmed. Dr. Now's reassurance, a guiding light, affirms their journey is far from over.
Aside from the pain that's part of an operation like I had. And I'm getting used to having all the extra skin off my body. But now that I'm just about recovered, I've decided to go back to Washington with Brandy.
The saga of Brandy and Candy, a tale of resilience, hope, and the unyielding power of sisterhood, continues. Every pound shed, every obstacle overcome, a step closer to their elusive goal. With nearly 700 pounds vanished like mist, their story is not just one of loss, but of profound transformation.
Once that comes out, it's going to be down to 180. And that's going to be a normal weight for you. So you're going to be at your target in no time. All right. So your weight is holding up pretty good with the pregnancy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How far along are you now?
4 months.
After delivery, wait about 4 months, and then you can have your skin surgery.
As they stand on the cusp of a new dawn, their narrative remains unwritten, a testament to the enduring human spirit's capacity to rise, to fight, to dream. In the end, their saga is a beacon for all who travel the long road from shadow into light, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, hope, like a phoenix, rises ever anew.
I have lost nearly 700 pounds. I'm willing to work with you on this. But you have to stay focused and realize you both still have some work to do. So when you go back home, first thing you want to do is get a scale. Because both of you are small enough to use a normal scale now.
It's a good change.
But Candy, make sure that you're losing at least 2 pounds a week.